New information in the Sandra Bland death investigation as her body was returned to her native Chicago today. The Waller County Sheriff says Bland told a jailer at the time of her arrest she had tried to kill herself before. Bland was found hanging in her jail cell July 13th. The sheriff says the evidence indicates suicide, but her family says no way. Fox 4's Sean Rabin now with the latest developments.
Right, Clarice, the family says Sandra Bland would not have committed suicide because she had too much to live for, and placed the blame for what happened to her on what they call, quote, an overzealous trooper who overstepped his authority. Sandra Bland's traffic stop that ended with her in the jail cell where she died is troubling to the 28-year-old's family.
Sandy was pulled over for failure to indicate a proper lane change. And in looking at that, as her sister, I simply feel like the officer was picking on her. Point blank, period. And I personally think that is petty.
Bland's sister says she feels Trooper Brian Encenia pulled her over not because she was black, but because she was an out-of-state resident.
I was talking to a deputy before today that worked for me, and where he works, he has written over 14,000 tickets. And I asked him, well, how many tickets have you written for failed to signal lane change? And he says, well, counting the ones today, it would be 0.
Retired Dallas Sheriff's Captain Mark Howard has no connection to this case, says Bland did not comply with commands or requests from the trooper.
But when you look at it, that could have been de-escalated in so many different ways at so many different times.
You mind putting out your cigarette, please?
But the stop escalated when the trooper asked Bland to put her cigarette out.
Let's be clear, he asked her, can you put your cigarette out for me, please? That's not an instruction. That's not a summons, that's an ask. He asked her and she simply responded, no, I don't have to put my cigarette out, I'm in my own car.
The Waller County Sheriff tells Associated Press Bland told a jailer as she was being booked in that she had tried killing herself before. The family attorney's response to that?
We can't wait to see what's in all of the reports that they have. I know that you don't have them all, and neither do we. This investigation is ongoing.
They say Sandra Bland was not suffering from depression, and they want to know every contact she had once placed in the Waller County Jail.
And this family feels that Sandy is speaking. She's speaking, saying, find the truth. Find the answers. We want the answers, and Sandy demands them.
Governor Greg Abbott today issued the following statement regarding the ongoing investigation into the arrest and death of Sandra Bland in Waller County, quoting now, "Our hearts and prayers remain with the Bland family for their tragic loss. The family deserves answers." The Texas Rangers, working in coordination with the FBI, will conduct a full and thorough investigation that will deliver those answers and work toward the ultimate goal of ensuring justice in this case. One thing worth mentioning, Clarice, and this is where the Waller County Jail violated minimum regulations set by the Texas Commission on Jail Standards. If an inmate tells you they're suicidal or that they've attempted suicide in the past, that person is supposed to have visual contact by a jailer at a minimum every 15 minutes. July 13th, jailers last looked at Bland about 7:24 a.m. and not again until 9:17. That's when you see the guard looking in the window and then going for help.
Sean, today a lot of talk, a lot of discussion, questions about whether dash cam video of Bland's arrest was edited before it was released. What does DPS have to say about that, and the family attorney for the Blands have to say about that?
Yes, what I can tell you is that the Department of Public Safety today says that video was not edited and that the problem was in uploading it to the DPS website so all media outlets across the country could download it, that there were some glitches. They have released a clean version, the same version that those officials from across the state looked at on yesterday. Again, the DPS says that video in no way altered. The family attorney, Canon Lambert, today says, we don't know whether it was or was not. We don't have enough information. We will look for a forensic examination.
All right, lots of questions still to be answered in that investigation. Sean, thank you.
Okay.